y'all. Favorite trainer, belt buckle. We're live here in Austin, and we're going to teach you the size principle. All right, so Henneman size principle. One of the reasons I not talk bad, but I challenge exercises that are complexes. Who can tell me what a complex exercise is? Don't think like a power clean. Think of more step-up curl press. You've seen those on. People will put that into a fat loss program. It's great for fat loss. Would you guys agree? You've heard that before? Yeah. Reverse lunge, lateral raise. You're working a lot of stuff. Step-up curl press. I hate doing those because of the size principle. And if you look at the muscles that you are recruiting and then the damage that's being done. So we take a big guy. Everyone's going to get in here. So Dave, come up here. Time for you to show off. Look at this guy. Absolutely massive. And this is what a hunk looks like. So what do you guys think he could overhead press? Dumbbells. 225. Yeah, I like that. What do you guys think? Dumbbells? 80s. 80s. All right. So what do you think that he could goblet squat? No, sorry, false. How much do you think he could do with a step up? 2 dumbbells. 120 each hand. Yeah. What about bicep curl? Those cannons. For one rep? Just say 6. Bicep curls.
35s.
I like how he's laughing. What can you curl? Dumbbells.
Last time 55s.
55s for what?
10.
10. So 55s for 10. When he does a step-up curl press, what's the limiting factor? Biceps. So he can do 120s for the step. But now he has to drop the load to 55s because that's all he can curl. So step up, curl, then a press. So a better choice would be step ups first for 6 to 8 reps, drop the weight, grab your 80s, presses, drop the 80s, grab the 55s, and if you want to get a little cardio burn, then do your step up curl press. That would be training smarter and not harder. So I'm going to give you guys a demonstration of what the size principle is. So we're going to go here. Travis? And I'm not trying to make it like, I'm just going to make it as, we're going to go. Good? No? Good? 1 minute. 2. All right. So we are not being sexist, but we're going to say these are your type 2s. You got the bros and you got the bras. These are going to be type 1s. So a motor unit, can anyone tell me that definition? What a motor unit is? It's a neuron, which a neuron is the basic unit of the nervous system, and all of the associated muscle fibers that it innervates. So I want you to pretend, off camera, that I have some bands and I have a battle rope. I'm the brain. I'm the master. Master controls everything. I have a motor unit here. Hold it. So this would be a motor unit. The neuron and the muscle fiber that it innervates. Okay, so let go. So I would have one to her. I would have a different one to her. I would maybe even like a branch off here, and it would be both of them. So for a branch off one, if I shake this, they both put their hands up. Maybe you guys have heard people talk about stabilization. We gotta work on stabilizing our core. Has anyone heard of the term synchronization before? Motor unit synchronization. That's the importance of movement competency. Learning a movement foundation, the pattern, and then overloading it. Getting on a stability ball is me shaking all of these motor units, and you guys are going all around. Your force production is going to be compromised. So here's what synchronization is. When I say, what's your favorite food? Yeah.
Pizza.
Pizza. When I say pizza, you're going to put your right hand up in the air as fast as you can. Okay? 1, 2, pizza. Was that pretty? No. Now what happens if we practice this? Hand down. Pizza. Still not pretty, right? Hand down. Pizza. These right hands. Right hand up. Ready? Back down. Ready? Pizza. Still not pretty. Down. Pizza. Better. Pizza. Down. Pizza. So what happens if we do this all day long? That's the quote from Bruce Lee. I would rather fight someone, I'm going to screw it up.
10,000 kicks.
There you go. Rather fight someone who's practiced one kick 10,000 times than someone who's done it 10,000 different kicks. Repetition. So how do you get better at squatting? Squatting. How do you get better at curling? Curling. So a motor unit, I want you guys to look at the fiber types. Who can tell me some characteristics of type 1 muscle fibers?
Fast.
Type 1 muscle fibers.
Sprinters.
Smaller. So can you see the difference in size? As the guys and the girls. So smaller, slow twitch, so they can do things for a long period of time. A lot of aerobic capabilities.
Endurance.
More mitochondria. Mitochondria are ATPs produced. More capillary density. So they can do things for a long period of time. So I want you to do dorsiflexion. You can show me what dorsiflexion looks like. Good. I want you just to do this. How long could you do this for? All day, right? That's type 1 recruitment. So what happens is, I'm the brain sending the signal to my type 1 skate. There you go. And they're doing this. And I'm saying contract. Anterior tibialis, contract. All right, pause. I got the meatheads over here, all right? So they are really good at doing things fast and explosive. They're powerful. This is all the anterior tibialis muscle right now. All of you guys are bundled together. So these two are sitting right next to each other. There's different fibers though. These are type 2, type 2A, type 2A, C, X. So they're right next to each other. Go back to this. But he's not moving. Because when you look at Henneman's size principle, we have force on one side, and we have threshold on the other. The threshold is going to be the electrical component from the nervous system. So they could be doing this all day long. They're really good at it. He's kind of sweating bullets over here. Because these guys over here, pause, they can go fast. And I want you guys to go fast and hard. Good. All right, so stop. So they're more powerful. Now here's the cool thing about Henneman's size principle. It's like your volume on a stereo. So in order for these guys to work, the threshold has to be there from over here. So you never skip. It's not like A and B. It's a threshold. So we're going to have, everyone's going to do it. Let's get into dorsiflexion. You guys are not going until I tell you to. Here's the motor unit. Slow twitch, fast twitch. So we're going to go slow. Good? Go. You're still going to be going slow though, all right? Now I want to start kicking in faster. Go. Go, 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 hard, hard, hard. Race. First one to get to 100 wins. Go, 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 go. You're getting an accumulation. That's lactate. So what's going to happen is, stop. They can't go, keep going. The fast part can't go anymore. But the girls can't, because they have that aerobic capacity. They are great at utilizing fat as a fuel system, fuel source. Carbs over here. So when we look at this example, good, thank you. This would be the anterior tibialis. So when we do something like a step up curl and a press, this is more type 2 recruitment. This is going to be, I engage these guys when we do things fast, when we do things that are heavy, and heavy's not relative. I'm talking about heavy 1 to 10 reps. The last way would be the volitional fatigue. So these, all of these will be engaged. So when I do a step up curl press, this is all I'm getting. And you got to think of it as, pretend like now they're like a cup of water. It doesn't take that much fat to do what they're doing. As you said, it's easy, you can do it all day long. So then when you do that exercise, you don't have that much glycogen that you need to replenish. So it doesn't take much replenishment. When I get the guys involved, there's more damage. So we talk about this, a great question yesterday. My client said, I want to go harder. I want to be sore. Well, when you look at the scientific aspect behind that, we're training here. Can type 1 muscle fibers grow? Absolutely. But you need to go to volitional fatigue. And you know what sucks in lifting? Taking a light weight and doing it 30 times to failure. Any day in the world, if someone were to say, would you rather do a 1 rep max or 30 rep max? Fuck you, 30 rep max, no way. That's not fun. Your heart's about to blow up. So when you do a 1 rep max, everyone's involved, and that's the synchronization. When you do things to 5 reps, everyone's involved. When you do things to 8 reps, these guys are involved. When you do things to, sorry, yeah, that's right. So 6 reps. This would be like 10 reps. Then we're doing 12 plus reps. Now, if you want them to help out and create damage, you need to go to maximal fatigue. Face plant is what I call it. Do you see, there's no knock to girls, but do you see girls in the gym typically going to military press, 15th rep. Rep 1, rep 10, rep 15. So when you go to the damage that's taking place, it's probably only really her that's doing the work. And so the system doesn't have to really replenish that much. So the more damage that you can create, the more the organism is going to adapt, the stronger it's going to be. And essentially when it comes to a fuel, think of like a gas tank. I don't have to replenish that much when I just have these people do the work. Low intense, that's running. Running's hard on what? Huh? It can be hard on your joints. What else? Maybe your heart. When you run, it's hard on your heart. It's not that taxing on the system, on all the muscles that are engaged. Because you guys aren't doing the work unless you're doing a full-blown sprint. So the take home from something like a step-up curl and a press, we can optimize it. And when you look at total damage, I don't want to start engaging these guys right away with the beginner because that competency sucks, a hand up. So we want to work with the synchronization. So with beginners, you start with owning the pattern. Nice and slow down, full range of motion, squeezing your glutes to the top, full range of motion. Once you get a breakdown of form, that's when you stop. As you can attest to, a lot of new clients you're working with, they don't master the form, they suck at the form, right? It takes you're working with a client with squats, what is it? Taking a couple of months just to get the squat pattern, right? So could you imagine loading up a crappy foundation? So here's my challenge to the stability world. Why are we getting on a stability ball? Why are we getting on a Bosu ball? Your clients may think it's cool, but when it comes to the scientific aspect, you're training down here. So I try to break it down to my clients, and if you look at the chart, so it's like an x-axis, y-axis, smaller motor units, smaller muscle fibers, larger ones when you draw it out, which I'll post it on YouTube so you can see it. But Henneman size principle, when you recruit type 1s, they're great at aerobic, but the replenishment isn't that much. It's not that demanding on the body. So if you look at the value of lifting weights, when you, for a month, 10, 12 reps, and you overload, get into 5-6 weeks, we start going a little heavier. We start going a little heavier. We start going a little heavier. We start getting into a 1 rep max, 3 rep max. Now with clients, I think it's important to distinguish what is the value of doing a true 1 rep max. And that's where my ego gets in because I'm a meathead. I like my clients lifting heavy shit. Now it's like 1 rep max for Susie, the 52-year-old secretary. Maybe I'll do a 4 or 5 rep max. Wait, it's still heavy enough. We're still going to get everyone engaged, but that 1 rep may be my ego, just because I like to do it. So we need to be able to distinguish between what's appropriate for your clients and what we do. Hurt yourselves, don't hurt your clients. Henneman size principle. Muscle fibers, type 2s, type 1s. Only way 2s can be engaged is if we go through the continuum. Type 1 are aerobic, they use more fat, oxidative, really great at aerobic things. Here, type 2, carbs, fast, explosive. You could be right next to each other in the muscle, and one fiber could be contracting, another one may not be. The brain controls this. When you look at athletes, typically, volleyball, soccer, track, they get a lot more type 2 recruitment than the physique shows. Type 1, nothing wrong with any of the physiques, but typically they're slender. Because when you just do type 1 recruitment, you're also producing a lot of cortisol. And cortisol degrades muscle. So when you release cortisol, it starts fucking with this guy over here. So he starts getting smaller. And as we age, we don't engage him as much. And that's what's called sarcopenia. So we have this motor unit, but what happens is it's gone. Once it's gone, it's never going to come back. So that's why it's so important to look at the individual in front of you, whether it's a girl in her 20s and she wants to grow her ass, or a guy in his 50s who wants to get stronger, or a lady in her 70s. Getting your recruitment across the board is going to be advantageous to prevent sarcopenia, to strengthen bones. Overall, the more muscle that we have, the longer we're going to live. And that's just understanding the fundamentals of physiology. Henneman size principle, type 1, type 2. You guys have any questions on that? Good. All right. Thank you.